hits it.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's start with Waltzing Matilda.
The band playing Waltzing Matilda.
This should be Australia's national anthem, I think.
You
no,
wouldn't say
this-
that from
this
this
isn't-
one.
this
We're
isn't-
going to surprise you.
This isn't the Waltzing Matilda.
I see.
Thank you.
Oh, this is a new version.
This is
new and
another-
improved.
This is another one by Eric Bogle.
Uh-huh.
He was a good wordsmith.
Uh-huh.
Just got to get the song in my head. When I was a young man, I carried me pack, waltzed my Matilda all over. From the Murray's green basin to the dusty outback, I waltzed my Matilda all over. Then in 1916, the country said, son, there's no time to be roving, there's work to be done. So they gave me a tin hat and gave me a gun, and marched me away to the war. And the band played Waltzing Matilda as our ship pulled away from the quay. Midst all of the cheers, the flag waving and tears, we sailed off for Gallipoli. How well I remember that terrible day, how our blood stained the sand and the water, and how in that hell that they called Suvla Bay, we were butchered like lambs to the slaughter. Johnny Turk, he was waiting, he primed himself well, he showered us with bullets and rained us with shell, and in 5 minutes flat, he'd blown us all to hell. He blew us right back to Australia, and the band played Waltzing Matilda as we stopped to bury the slain. We buried ours and the Turks buried theirs. Then we started all over again. Well, those that were left, well, we tried to survive in that mad world of blood, death and fire. And for 10 weary weeks I kept myself alive, while around me the corpses piled higher. Then a big Turkish shell knocked me ass overhead, and when I awoke in my hospital bed and I seen what was done, well, I wished I was dead. Never knew there were worse things than dying. For no more I'll go waltzing Matilda all around the green bush, far and free. To hump tent and pegs, oh, a man needs both legs. No more waltzing Matilda for me. Well, they gathered the wounded, the crippled, the maimed, took us back home to Australia. The armless, the legless, the blind, the insane, took us back home to Australia. Ah, but when our ship pulled into Circular Quay, I looked at the place where my legs used to be, and thank Christ there was no bugger waiting for me to grieve, to mourn, or to pity. But the band played Waltzing Matilda as they carried us down the gangway. Nobody cheered, they just stood there and stared, and then turned their faces away. Remember the next verse. So now every April I sit on my porch, watch the parade pass before me. I see my old comrades, how proudly they march, reviving past dreams and our story. The old men march slow now, their bones stiff and sore. They're tired old men from a forgotten war. And the young people ask, what are they marching for? And I asked myself the same question, but the band played Waltzing Matilda, and the old men still answer the call. But year by year, more old men disappear. Someday, no one will march there at all. Well, that's the wish anyway. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda, who'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. And their ghosts may be heard as you pass by the billabong. Come a waltzing Matilda, oh, with me. I'm singing a lot of very depressive songs today.
Oh,
Yeah, it's Monday. Let's start
I mean,
off bad.
Tears was a very emotional song.
Mm,
Yeah. The trauma of the returning soldier.
yes. We have,
It must, you know, as you say, coming back to Circular Quay, where life is just normal. You've been through this incredible experience. You come back to Sydney, and the buses are still working, and the trains are working, and life goes on.
that's not how it seems. From a personal perspective, coming back
Yeah,
late at night so you wouldn't be seen, put in a taxi and sent home and told to lie low.
yeah,
Went back to work. I was working with Coopers and Librand in Sydney. And I got back there and everything seemed so petty.
yeah.
The world had changed.
Uh-huh.
I didn't realise for quite some time that it was me that
It
changed.
changed.
And that is the situation with so many returning veterans. What they come home to, I didn't come home. I lived in Sydney. I didn't feel I'd come home till I moved to Eden. I found Australia again.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Steve and Tony, thanks so much for coming in this morning. It's been a fantastic hour. We're out of time. It's hour goes so quickly. But I'd love to get you back on again at another stage when we have a plan for the next fundraiser down there.
That'd be great.
And talk about it and play a few more tunes.
Yep.
And thank you for everything you've done.